reset the avatar yet. Alright, we're outside Zafira? Like, that's Zafira out there? Something like that?
Oh, no, that's Zafira, I guess. Yeah, it's kind of small, but don't look at it.
Look, it's just part of it. You know?
Okay. Cards up?
Whenever you're ready, just start walking.
I've been trying to get fresh air here. Feel like maybe nothing's watching me out here, but then there's Malleus. Probably scrying.
Maybe. Who knows? If he is, then, you know, all he will see is that we're just walking through the forest. What's wrong with that?
Airplane?
Oh, I think so. Sounded like it.
Airplane.
Oh, couldn't find a nice spot to sit. You prefer? Or perhaps something else? It's up to you.
Anywhere nice. Around some nature or something, away from things that vaguely look like a city.
Well... Perhaps
And
further
hopefully
this
we
way?
don't get attacked by a bear.
Yes, I suppose that would be... not good. I would prefer to stay somewhere where it is lit, given how dark it's getting. But, otherwise...
There's a bench over there. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I think I can see it from here.
We could just cut through the dirt, but I ain't getting...
What, dirt in your shoes? Never thought you as
More
one
like
to
poison
shy
ivy,
away
too.
from... Our skin is covered.
Maybe, okay. Why you always gotta call me on my dumb comments?
Don't know, maybe some way for getting back at you for all the silly jokes?
Maybe. Sorry. Right, there's this bench. It's kind of nice looking over there and not towards the city.
You did say you didn't want to see the city, but... maybe at least acknowledging it, you know? Something off in the distance that does give you stress, but knowing that you're far away from it.
Now I'm stressed by the crickets.
Well, I don't think there's much we can do aside from just rush through there and try to scare them, but I don't think that's going to work very well. They're not in the trees, they're in the grass. They are grasshoppers, crickets, you know? Not tree hoppers.
Whatever. We could sit here.
Only if you want to. Wherever you think you'd feel comfortable, really. This not a bad spot by my reasoning, but I understand if you want something a bit calmer.
What's through there?
Hmm?
There's light. You want to cut through the bushes?
I thought you didn't want to get your shoes dirty.
Well, now I'm just curious. You didn't
It's
bring
really
that
dark.
thing with you, did you?
What thing?
Lanky shadow.
Lanky shadow? Wait, you mean oops?
Yeah,
No?
Yes.
Why would I bring them with me? They're not mine to bring. They're not my friend. Adrian's. Oh. Looks like someone was camping here, but they abandoned it.
Look, a match.
Oh?
Ah!
You okay?
I'm fine. I didn't know how to light it, I guess. You were pretty efficient at it.
I was just warming my hand. Totally not starting the fire.
We could sit here. This
If you
seems
prefer.
nice.
This does seem very nice.
Alright, what? We meditate now? Well, you got any ideas? Because I'm not good at this. Half the
Wow.
time, I pick up something and throw it. The other times, I can manage to do it for like 30 minutes. Then I pick up something and throw it.
Well, I suppose for me, I tend to try to first focus on my breathing, you know? And not to think too much, you know? Focus on that. And then I try to find a sound to think about, to listen to. In this case, the fire does sound very nice. Like it crackles, it's very calming. Then from there, I just try to, you know, let my thoughts just fade away. But perhaps you need something different.
I mean, when I try to let my thoughts fade away, there's so much happening.
Maybe
today.
you need to just pick one thought, one that is not making you panic, but one thought of someone or something that feels good to you to think about, calming and relaxing. And just try to hold that thought in your mind. And the important part is being able to let go of your emotions and find that balance once you find that space of not letting your thoughts cloud your mind.
I'll try that then.
Try and very loud.
There's a storm coming.
Don't think about it.
Okay, I'll focus.
It's not storming now. These slow breaths. If you have to, try to regulate your breathing. Focus on it if you have to.
Oh my god, what are you doing here?
What are we doing here?
We?
That's for me to know.
We?
Who is we?
Don't bother reaching for that, please. How have you been?
Oh wait, how did you find me?
Pardon?
How did you find me?
Oh, it wasn't too hard. With a little help.
Okay?
That's for me to know.
Stop.
Yemsky. I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to go somewhere else then. I'm sorry we invaded your woods. I didn't realize this was your
My
family.
What, you think I was built from these trees? No. There's something.
Something's in the woods.
Smarter than that, Yemsky. I didn't mean to frighten you. But I thought it would be best to take the initiative.
Suki-san?
Giant gorilla behind you. High hole.
Oh. Okay.
Lord.
Wobblins.
Why? Okay, I could see him being very kind and gentle in the woods.
We're not here to be
You do not
mean.
need to fake it anymore, Hamsky. You have done well to not use my name so lightly. I have heard nothing from anyone saying that you were attempting to antagonize me. I dare say you may have even turned over a new leaf. You seem more reasonable. Yet I still see that same look of disgust in your eyes. Maybe you have not changed.
You don't know anything about me, I think.
It would appear not. See,
I have to walk on eggshells around you.
it's good that you acknowledge this, but do you know why?
I think you mentioned your loss of memories, and it made you paranoid.
No. Do you know why you feel it necessary to walk upon eggshells around me as you say?
Because you're a fucking monster.
Exactly.
A monster
So
who
you
I thought
have-
was my friend at some point.
So you have learned. At least, if you have not learned, you have accepted. This is the first stage. May I take this off, or are we not alone? Sakoto, Bemsky.
What are you wearing? Don't be
It
naked.
is just as I thought. You've gotten over that unsavory habit of saying stupid things without thinking.
You have a habit of being in a loincloth. All due respect.
Since when was the last time I've walked around clothed?
The last time he was at the meat truck, he was clothed. Give him that.
Can you not be behind me?
Sure. Stay seated, please. Lovely little campsite. Are you, on a vacation?
I'm trying to get away from the city a little.
Zafira is definitely not a place I would like to be. So, I can understand that. So, before I explain why I'm risking my life entering your universe like this, how have you been? You can lie, you may answer honestly. In reality, I just want to hear what the two of you have to say.
I have multiple powerful political and strength-wise individuals threatening people I care about, on top of my job running an entire community of ruffians. I am stressed beyond belief.
Ruffians. Why do you call them that? Aren't these your family?
They are my family, but they acknowledge that too.
And you, Sakoto? How have you been keeping?
I am training myself in many different ways, but always trying my best to help Hamsuki-san.
Mort, to have your hand on your weapon near these two, it is not necessary. In fact, it might even be making them feel nervous. Could you sheath your axe for me, dear friend?
Of course.
I'm gonna be real, you could crush our skulls with your head or your hands.
How does that make you feel, Hamsuki? Please be honest. Let's take
Incredibly
Mort here.
weak.
Let's talk about it.
Why
Does
would
it
I
make
talk
you
to you? You're
feel
not my
scared?
therapist.
Or does it make you feel angry? You
At
said
this
I
point,
do
this
not
is my entire
understand
life.
you or know you. I'd like to know you. Because it would
Why
appear as
all
though
of a sudden?
our relationship has been nothing but a series of miscommunications that has almost led to the end of my life. You made a big mistake trying to have me killed for having... Shh. If I wanted him dead, it would have happened all. Shh. I am not here to harm you. Even if you struck me, I would not be compelled to fight back because the truth is, dear Hamsuki, you are weak. And for this, I am sorry. I have been made to feel weak, too. You got your point across and surely taught me a lesson. This is why I now feel afraid of your friends. You have, in a way, made me meet my match. Nemesis is quite a tough one. Good on you. In strength, there are numbers. In numbers, there are strength. Would you not agree? You could have never defeated me alone. This is why I do not blame you for what you did. If I may speak, I know I tend to get into long speeches, not because I like to hear myself talk, but because I feel like I need to make sure every intention of mine is known. May I explain something, Hamsuki? Or do you wish to say something to me?
If you're gonna say things, you say them the truth, not trying to hide it so you can protect yourself.
I've only come out here for one important purpose. You understand that I am risking my life doing this? I'm not asking this hypothetically. Do you really understand that I could die from just setting foot in your earth?
They let you live. I wish. I thought you would
Just
come back
answer
and
the
kill my
question and
friends.
then you can talk. Just. You know that I am vulnerable right now.
Possibly.
I know that is hard to believe, seeing as how you are sitting on a man who is your weight 60 times over, but. Or is it 6? Math, it is not my strong suit. Either way, you and I are both in danger, as is Woblins and Mort. Though, in your head, I could see how you are in direct danger, as you are in striking distance of a guillotine. It's okay. For I really have done a number on you, haven't I? What do you think I've been doing up in my fortress this entire time? Plotting revenge?
Trying to make money.
No. That is coming easier and easier. I've come to find that once you have money, it is much easier to make money. Now, I've been thinking. I've had all the time in the world to think in that giant, lonely, floating castle. All by myself, with only Kazes. Sometimes visiting, and every Monday when I will allow God. Now, I have been thinking about mistakes. I was defeated during that raid, which means I made mistakes. I did not just think of how I could have struck my opponent differently, what strategies to use in battle, what I could have done preparing for beforehand. No, I thought about what led to you even feeling as though it was necessary to kill me in the first place. You might think me of monster, yes, but that is all I have been portraying myself as. I have portrayed myself as this great beast because, quite frankly, you are not good around beasts. You do not seem to understand when to use your head, when to use your words. Your words, just like mine, both contributed to my near-fatal encounter that day. My threats, you call them, against you, which, really thinking about it and looking back, they were probably threats. Empty ones, but threats. And your insults. We were both foolish. But do I feel like you need to die because you said the wrong thing? What do you think? Do you think I am here to kill you?
I don't know you anymore.
What do you think?
If I ever
You don't have to know. What do you think? Tell me what
Any
is on
moment
your
you
mind.
could turn and punch me in the face with that crazy look you
And
had
why
in your
would
eyes
I?
when you were threatening to stop my heart.
And why would I? What reason
Why
would I
wouldn't
have to
you?
do this? Because, dear Hamsky, I have been lying. I don't really want to kill you. Serves me no purpose, you know. Not only from a logical standpoint would defeating you gain me any honor, In fact, it would gain me more enemies than prowess in battle. You know me to be a proud man. Slaying somebody like you who claims to be my inferior, what glory would that bring me? As well, from an emotional side, I've always cared about you, despite your foolishness. Do you understand this? No, I can answer that. You don't understand this. Obviously, your actions reflect this.
Like I said, I
Would
don't
you-
know you. You've played games.
Would you like to ask me what I mean, rather than regurgitating the same sentiments you have been spitting at me for the past few months? Would you like to talk, or would you like to get in those verbal hits just because you feel like you're attacking
I'm trying
me by...
to show you my opinion that you have disregarded every time.
Fine. Maybe I'm being unfair. Even now, I can still be making mistakes, so... Forgive me. Speak. Let it all out.
You used to slap me around when I was making dumb mistakes. That was not something you should have done to me. And I did not learn from it until you were gone.
Go on.
You took me in when I was at my weakest, which could possibly have been a ploy to get someone to do your goofy little jobs that always ended in me in some kind of horrible situation.
Yes. Yes, it was. In the beginning, I needed people. I was in a situation similar to this one, in fact. Well... A school being operated in secret in the Himalayan mountains is not exactly a very comfortable lifestyle. Not only did I want to pass on my knowledge of martial arts after greatly being sorrowful for what I've done, but money was scarce. And you seemed like you could use some yourself. So I used a young man with no family, no future, no home, no stable living, and I gave you a job. Jobs, rather. Dangerous ones that I would not have gone on myself, honestly. My worry for your safety back then was minimal at best. You were a stranger to me. But then I started to get to know you. This is my response. Now you may continue. Sorry. Go on.
In the bathroom of the Purple Lotus, bleeding on the floor. Was that real? Did you feel bad that Sachi took me hostage to get to you?
That is 2 questions. May I answer them both separately?
Yes.
My gesture was done in an emotional time. I was mostly angry, more than I was remorseful. So I over-exaggerated. I would never grovel before anybody. But I needed to make an unusual gesture that would have stayed with you to let you know that at the time I was truly sorry. I'm not always good at expressing things. And I am good at pretending. So, you thought I meant it. I did mean it. But I didn't mean it that much. I would never grovel willingly. Nor would I beg for mercy when my enemies come to my fortress. I'm afraid for me to make such a ludicrous gesture again, I would only do it in jest.
But
So-
you meant it.
I meant it. But I was also exaggerating. But would it have stuck with you for this long if I simply put my hand... If I put my hand upon your shoulder and apologized? Probably not. I didn't think you would think about it for so long, though. Must have been real special to see the man you formerly called a teacher and an employer on the floor. Piss-stained and water droplets everywhere, begging for your forgiveness. Now that I think about it, that must have been a funny sight. Woblins and Mortier have surely never seen me do such a thing, and nor will they ever. Nor will I ever be hitting them when they do wrong. Is that something you would like to address? Would you like to ask me why? Or do you already know the answer?
While you were in the tube for the longest time, I defended the idea that you hit me for a good reason because I was stupid, because I was stupid.
Yes. But you acknowledge it. So are you stupid. And anymore, would you say?
I didn't learn from it.
Yes. There are better ways to teach somebody right from wrong. It was a mistake, harming you like that. I only looked back to my own childhood, where corporal punishment and physical discipline made me to the man I am today. I've never fathered a child, Mr. Hamsky. In fact, you being one of my closest pupils back then, you were the closest thing I've ever had to offspring. Don't let that get to your head. I no longer see you as such. But at the time, I wanted what was best for you. In fact, I've always been trying to teach you, even when you've hated me. That's why I became that big, bad boogeyman, so that in case one day you met a real one, you wouldn't say such stupid things. Do you understand? If there was somebody out there like me who didn't care a quarter of a much, half, any amount about you as I do, you'd be dead already. I see people come and go all the time. Being as old as I am, I have outlived many people who I have called true friends. But to see you throw your life away for something as stupid as a remark to somebody bigger and stronger than you. Do you think you've ever really offended me? I've been called every name in the book, Mr. Hamsky. The only thing that has ever upset me is not that it was directed at me. Now, if you here were to call Mort a snaggle-toothed, brainless ape, and he were to attack you and kill you for it, I would be angry at you for throwing your precious life away for something so stupid.
You taught me this.
I tried to, yes, but you didn't seem to get it. I still don't see it in your eyes now, looking at you, that you understand, even now. I often have to repeat myself around you, Mr. Hamsky. Do you know this? Do you notice that I often say the same things? You never really seem to get it, even when I sit across from you, like I am now. And I tell you, I never wanted to kill you. I showed you hatred. I showed you a fearsome monster and taught you how to fear, not because I hate you, not because I was offended, not because I want revenge, but because you are so careless with your life. You would just throw it away over an insult, just to get the last word in. In fact, even now, I don't think you've learned. If you were to upset somebody right now, I feel like your final words would be some sort of pun, or a quip, or a funny name that you came up to call them. And then... lights out. That's the story of you. You're a stone inside of a garage space with flowers beside it. What a pointless death. Even talking about it now pisses me off. I mean, your leg. When I saw that, how did you even lose it? How does one even lose a leg? Don't tell me it was for some stupid conquest. Or some argument.
I think I was trying to find the good in someone, and I chose the wrong person.
Well, that's a completely different lesson. And I don't feel like really teaching you anymore, Hamsky. It's done nothing but almost cost me my life. You have something to say? Go on. I've been talking enough.
Just think that, all that strength that you have. It's almost as much of a waste as the leg.
Do elaborate. I'm always happy to hear about my flaws.
You call yourself a monster and you do horrid things to people. You push them around. Right? You have said so yourself.
I have done bad things, and I am a bad man. At least according to your universe, yes. You think I should use my strength for good? Like I should be saving victims from rubble by using my immense strength to lift buildings off of victims of tragedies, or I should be building hospitals, or feeding the poor, doing charity work. I should be one of you heroes, right?
I'm not
Is
a hero.
that what you're saying?
A good person.
Because
One who helps those weaker than him.
maybe you don't understand. What more selfless act could I do than putting my own self in harm's way to teach Hamsky to be more cautious with his life? In doing so, I've, in fact, become a hypocrite.
Suppose you
I
never
almost got
explained why
myself
you're in so
killed.
much danger.
Nemesis.
Sachi, Nemesis, the champions, anyone really who possesses a sense of justice and wants to kill me.
Well, they would
You
have to know
realize
that
I
you're
didn't
here.
wake up,
And who's going to call?
but they don't.
One of us?
You
Why
could,
would we do that?
right now, in fact. And then I would leave. And then this would be unresolved. But I feel like the reason you haven't done that yet is, one, because you think I would just try to kill you, which is reasonable. Actually, I'm glad you haven't tried that. That would be stupid.
It would
Even though I tell you I wouldn't kill you, the fact that you believe I would shows me that you have sense. I like that. You don't want to throw your life away by metaphorically pulling a gun out on somebody who is bulletproof. This gun, of course, being a call.
I just don't
You
see
could
what
have
good
done
would
so
come
by
of it.
now.
Even if we did.
Exactly. And what good would come of insulting somebody with a temper who I pretended to be really? Somebody who would tear your head off just for looking at me wrong. You may have thought I was that man, but I'm telling you now, here at this campfire, once we're done, you can still think of me like that. Or you can believe me. It matters not, because I know I have not given you a reason, either of you, to believe me, but you'll just have to trust that I'm
I believe you, but at the same time, your entire story here has been about how you've been manipulating me.
Right. But
To
for a
teach me
good
a lesson that
cause.
I didn't ask for, and I did learn. I learned that if I push someone to the edge, they will kill everyone I care about.
Do you think an infant knows how to be told not to sit on the edge of a cliff? Accidents happen, and I believe it is up to our elders. Or if not elders, those who are somewhat more sensible than us, to re-guide that. Just as how I have been on acting unreasonably, you both have told me your feelings. You are teaching me now, do you understand? You are telling me what I have done wrong. Now it is up to me to take this to heart, or to forget it. I think I will take into consideration what you have told me here today. But don't think that I am changing.
Isn't that what learning is all about?
Yes, but I still have many more people to lie to. I attempted to tell you before, Hamsky, that I am not a monster, but you did not believe me. This is when I had...
No. I believed you.
Oh?
It was the game of you playing the confusing card the entire time, and
I remember. You were so focused on the fact that I had lied that you had not even paid attention to the reason I'd lied, the lesson behind it. That's why I stopped telling you I was pretending. That's when you
why
started
were you
believing
pretending?
me. For the same reason I sit here right now. So that you would stop being so impulsive, Mr. Hamsky. Doesn't that seem
know me when
foolish?
you got
That
out
I
of the
would...
tube.
Oh, I knew you, Mr. Hamsky. I had not lost everything.
You didn't know what I had built while you were gone.
Because how could I? I was in a tube. Silly man. I was proud of you, you know, when I saw everything. I was still in the mindset that I still had something to teach you. And maybe it was all a waste, that I dedicated months of my life to one lesson. But believe me, I'm over it. I know where you stand. I understand you better now than I ever have, for I got out of that tube. You have made your point clear. You are king of the meat rack. Your kingdom and its citizens are off limits. You don't need me. You don't need to learn anything from me. You don't need to listen to me. You don't need to work for me. But you do need to respect me. If you expect me to respect you. We are leaders. We have
I don't
people.
need you to respect me, and I don't need to respect you. I need to walk on eggshells around you.
All this time trying to talk to you, you don't need to talk about these eggshells anymore, Hamsky. I am telling you right now, you may go back to insulting me after this. You may be ungrateful for what I've done, and you may throw away everything I've sacrificed trying to teach you this lesson. Go back to insulting me, Hamsky. Tell people to come to the High Hall and kill me. It's over, this lesson. I've given you the information, and now it is up to you to decide what to do with it. You may hold on to it, or there's the fire. Throw it away. Forget it. And then go back to being like the rest of the world and thinking that I am a monster. Because though I may stop lying to you, I still have others who need to be punished. No doubt you probably already understand this. You weren't the only one who pissed me off that day. But you don't need to die for what you did. Others, however, I'm still not sure. I am deciding. So, there's nothing more I can do. Time and life are precious, and I will not spend this evening repeating what I've already said. You may ask me something, but if you still think that I am a monster, you still think that you need to walk on eggshells, and you haven't heard a damn thing I've said, then have fun. Be a fool. Live in ignorance, because ignorance is bliss, is it not? The truth is a burden. And I guarantee if you try to tell anyone else that I, Gormunder, one of the most wanted people, well, maybe not the most, but if I, the big, bad, dangerous Gormunder, came all the way from his floating castle just to sit down at a campfire and talk to you, they might not even believe you. So do what you will. Have you anything to ask before I leave? I will answer honestly, whether you believe that or not.
When I saw you at the statue in the way of the Fist Fortress, was that regret or was that you manipulating me more?
If you're talking about the statues outside, leftover cash, vanity.
Of the
Oh,
person that
inside,
died to save you.
right. Liar. Not once have I ever gone out of my way to take an innocent life, Mr. Hamsky. Nor have I slain anyone since I woke up from my coma. Not even the Combine aliens. I have not touched a hair on their head. Nobody has died at my hand. Lyra was innocent. She shouldn't have done that. And if I was not insane at the time and unable to control myself, I would have told her not to die for such a stupid reason. To protect a stupid, wild animal. I would have liked her to put me down instead. keep on living. If you die for a stupid reason, Hamsky, I'll build a statue for you. Try not to then, though, right? Life is precious. Mort, Woblins, we've been here long enough. We have interrupted them. Let us apologize. I'm sorry for interrupting and ruining your evening. Mort, Woblins, please. These are not our enemies. You can apologize. You can speak, Woblins.
I know. I'm sorry.
Mort,
I didn't expect you two to do anything.
we interrupted your evening. We have inconvenienced you.
Is sorry for inconvenience.
Thank you, Mort, Woblins. I appreciate it. You don't have to accept our apology, but no. We've said it, and we mean it. It is a lovely fire. We'll let you enjoy it before it goes out.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, please.
Let's go.
I'm serious, both of you. I wasn't worried about you two.
It's fine.
Please,
It's
Mr.
nothing
Woblins.
personal.
They have an evening to
Bye.
enjoy.
I'll be real, I'm confused.
I don't know whether to believe him or not.
I mean, I feel like he still doesn't understand me. Doesn't want to understand. But I understand what he was saying. That I was being stupid yelling at someone, but he still manipulated me. If that's what he was doing. Teaching me.
When someone starts lying to you, it's hard to tell when the lying stops. And where it ends, you know? Are you okay? Your heart?
I'm fine.
You sure?
I wasn't.
I thought about pulling my gun out and shooting him in the head to see if...
Wouldn't have done anything but make him mad, right?
Well, I wanted to pull my gun to see if he would try and kill me if he was lying.
And then I thought it would hurt you.
I mean, I guess he is right about one thing. I'd die over something stupid.
Then how do I deal with powerful people?
They come to the meat rack and threaten us. I just back down.
I don't know.
Trying to get the council to kill him. That was a good idea. After what he had done. Right?
Are you asking me if I think it was a good idea?
To protect everyone is the only thing I could do. If he was truthful about trying to kill everyone I cared about.
I feel like he doesn't understand how much everyone else means to you. When he threatens all of us, he's threatening you. Maybe it's
I do
difficult
know I
because
did
he
learn a
doesn't.
lesson. When he came out of the tube, I was yelling at him a lot. I was being immature. I treated him like shit. Which he deserved. At least a little bit.
I wanted him to prove me wrong. I asked him to do that, and he never did.
This is what happens every time I try to meditate.
He shows up?
Big fucker stalks me in the woods. No.
Part of me feels like the answer is to rely on everyone else around you, but even then, that puts all of them at risk. Which only leaves getting stronger than the person that's doing this to you. I don't think that's possible.
really so stupid that he has to repeat himself to me? Or is that just me trying to understand him?
I don't know. I don't think you're that stupid. Sometimes you're unsure of your decisions, sure. Sometimes it takes you a few times to make a mistake and learn from it, but I don't think you're that stupid.
I don't feel better or worse. I feel confused. It's,
I don't blame you. It's hard to tell when he is
I
telling the
agree
truth
he
or not.
did teach me, at least.
Mm.
I was ready to die in a lot of situations while yelling at Malleus, thinking I had to push my chest out for them to respect me. But I don't need them to respect me.
No, disrespecting them isn't the answer either. Just makes them want to kill you. Are you sure you're okay?
I literally feel nothing.
You do? Oh,
What was I supposed to feel in that situation?
I don't know.
The fact that
I
he
felt
says
scared
that his
myself, but
remorse. I was scared for you more than myself. And obviously I didn't want to die, but the good things that I remember, him having remorse at a statue, even if that's accurate, the fact that he manipulated me here to teach me a lesson shows me that he didn't learn anything himself. I learned a lot. He did teach me. I should be less full of anger. I learned I went and apologized to Athena immediately after Gormander threatened to kill me, after I was getting paid. Because I realized I was doing the same thing to her. Even though she is a monster.
says he doesn't want to change, doesn't want to learn. Guess once the fear faded away, I just felt sad. You know, I feel like there's something missing from his life. Something he doesn't have, but he desperately wants. No matter how much he tries to use his strength to get it, it doesn't come to him, because it can't be won with strength.
I did feel one thing when he was tearing me down in the middle. Powerless and sad.
Seems our enemies are all bigger than us.
New Forest next week.
Yeah, maybe don't come back here. At least not for a long while.
Maybe this is a good thing, because now I can just let go.
What you mean?
Finally. I don't have to worry about him coming back.
You're sure?
Maybe. No.
That's what I thought. I feel like everything has to be so complicated.
I think. I think I just wanted him to respect everything I had built. Even when he came out of the tube and I saw him in the casino in the back, I was happy. I was yelling at him, but I was happy.
Were you yelling because you were angry or yelling because you were disappointed?
I was angry at the things that he had done to me, but I was happy he was awake. Part of me enjoyed calling him a big baby. And also maybe having a little bit more power. Like, look what I have now.
I think in that maybe there is a lesson. No matter how much power you have
Ramos?
over someone else, can't be like him.
What about when it's necessary? I think getting the council to try and kill him was a good thing. I'm not gonna lie.
You weren't stronger than him in that moment. They were.
I was stronger than him in that moment because I got all those people to do it.
Together, yes, you were all stronger, but I suppose whether or not it is all of you together or just you shouldn't make someone feel weak. They have to be afraid of you. I don't know. Always came off as a bully, you know? I don't know about you, but I don't really like... What the?
It's a deer. I saw a deer a second ago.
Sure. I'm just on edge from all the
2 seconds ago saw one in that
things.
bush.
I think we both need a vacation at this point. Even I'm feeling on edge and...
When was the last vacation?
I suppose I guess it really depends on what you mean by a vacation.
I crashed a boat into a church with Jasmine. That was my last vacation.
The few breaks I've had have all been from, well, getting injured, having to rest and recover. Guess that's not really the same. And this business with...
It's okay.
Alias and everything else has me on edge. Maybe I'm tense just because he was here. But so calm and relaxed before that. You're sure that was a deer?
Small red beating light.
What is
Microphone.
There's a microphone here.
What do you mean?
The light turns off.
What did we say? Anything bad?
Just the truth.
Even still manipulating me, spying on me, tricking me.
Maybe it's just because he's afraid that you're going to continue saying things ill behind his back. It was like the first thing he
Same
said.
thing you have to-
He said that
Did I?
he
Did
had
I
not
say
heard.
something?
I mean, nothing I would have personally taken offense to. But this is also Gormander we're talking about. I'm not sure with him. Hard to predict what will upset him.
I guess we both have the people we need to be careful with our words around. Which I guess he's saying that I don't have to be careful, but I need to learn a lesson.
I don't know. Like I said, I feel like there's something he's missing. Gonna put the fire out.
Well, I've learned a lot. It's that I'm weak and I shouldn't open my mouth too much. I should just say my words. That's it. Respect the person in front of me so that they don't potentially hurt me.
And
If in the end someone threatens my life, run the other way because they could hurt the people I care about.
those are all valid things, I guess.
And I should avoid my past because it brings me trauma.
The past can be traumatizing, but I don't necessarily think it's wise to completely avoid it. Just, you know, be careful which enemies you make. You never know which one's gonna, you know, clap their hands together and squish your head.
Same with yours. I'm gonna clap his brain, his cheeks together and enter your mind or something.
What? Oh, I was thinking more like he snaps his fingers and my head explodes or something.
No, we cleared that up with Fable. It says cheeks. And then he says proof.
What? You can't.
He claps his cheeks and then poof, and everyone's memories.
You're
disappear.
joking, right? That's.
That's what Fable said.
I don't exactly believe Fable sounds
Not what
most
not what I'm
things.
saying.
Yeah. Hmm. You know,
I am joking.
I do know a place where Gormander shouldn't be able to get. I don't know if it'll help you much with your meditation.
Do you want to try right now?
Maybe not with that looming. We have been here for a while. The talk of his quite a bit. Maybe we should get out of here.
Yeah. What if we go into your head and then he shows up and he's disrespected that we're not talking to him?
Oh my gosh.
And then he decides.
If he somehow
you know
finds the
what?
means into my head, you know what? I give up. At that point, there is no resisting that man.
Another spot ruined, though. Oh, thunder.
Dear Hamsky, I left this speaker here in case you talk shit about me. I'm assuming you did because I've now activated the nuclear countermeasure that I have set up in case you were talking shit. Say goodbye to Zephyr City. Fuck you. That's what you get for talking shit. Have fun blowing up in a nuclear blast.
The end. Character.
Jesus Christ!
And that was canon.
Oh, fucking